Hello and welcome. My name is Nilaus. This is the second episode of our How to Megabase new tutorial series. No, it's not a tutorial series. This is a Let's Play series. It's not a tutorial series. Though there is a bit of how to in it. Anyway, what has happened since last time? Well, this campaign will also have some work being done between sessions, and I kind of got carried away. So last time we talked about storage. Yeah, that also kind of ran away from me. Each one is 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 140. That's 1400 storage chests. And let's have a look at what the content is. I have 1.2 million coal. I have 477 stone, 450 iron, for 300 copper. That's very nice. And also high on the list, you should also take note of the 17,000 barrels of oil, and additionally also, what was it, the 8.6k of the U235. So you can see a lot of things has happened in this base, and let's zoom out and then I'll explain what has happened, because the reason why I haven't recorded is because it has been kind of repetitive. So I said last time that there would be a lot more bots, and that's kind of what we see. Let's have a look at the bot network, because I'm just sending out tentacles. This is now looking like some tentacled monster here. It is not as structured as I would like to have it, but it is it does reach out. For example, this that's why I'm actually highlighting how much these stone here. This is an old one I converted. This one is dead. I also had another one here. That's some small ones. This 35 dead. This 334. I can't even. Yeah, there's 21k left. That's almost dead. This one's also just keep going in, and that will enable me to actually start making concrete everywhere, or whatever I want. I'm not sure I just want to spam concrete everywhere, but I'm gonna do something. This one was already 500,000 taken out. How much taken out? Yeah, that's, wow, that's 600,000 taken out. So that's this one as well. So the copper has been really a problem, and even at this rate of input, I can barely keep up. Let's also see, I have 6,000 robots, and they are not all busy at this point. That's kind of relaxing. So what happens when you have 6,000 robots running around? They have been all busy. Well, the network is going to get screwed. You can see here 307 robot ports. It's starting to scale up. It's nowhere near what you would call a megabase, but this is also because I'm using bots for things that they shouldn't be used for, like mining. However, what that means is that I just desperately, in panic, had to create another nuclear power plant. So I had to build one next to it. And I was like, should I record it? And then I figured out, well, why do I record just plopping down another blueprint? Because that's just what it is. The one thing that should be noted is that I've actually accidentally, my Coverx here has been running so well that I have converted 4.8 and then 4.3 into U2. Oh, there we go. How about that timing? Because that's also what I've been focusing on. Ha! That was awesome. I was actually considering whether to wait for that one to come through, and I wasn't sure there was a 7. I thought actually there was a 7 one as well. Anyway, now we have all the technologies, so now we can start, and that means my base will quiet down a lot. What I have done is actually coal is that's the reason why I want to record at this point. The coal here, if we look at it, it's standing still. That's because you can see very, very close this little dot here. I love the graphics, high resolution graphics. There we go. This little dot means that it's connected to the logistic network. I wasn't even sure that was possible. I didn't even know that, but it is. And as long as it's connected to the same network, which it really shouldn't. But at this point, I've actually set it to idle. This stops when there's more than 100 or 1 million in the network. The reason why it continues is because I also noticed that I had like a giant coal patch in the middle of my base, and that needs to go. So I'm strip mining that. Now let's look at the actual problem. This is the actual problem. Where's our plastic? Plastic is gone. And look at all of this. Nothing is happening because plastic is, oh yeah. Sorry. Maybe this thing. This is the first thing I built. So all the copper I got in, I fed it into the main lines here and upgrading them to blue, because the train is just not keeping up. I actually considered dismantling this entire train station because I'm not really getting much in. Iron, yes, I'm getting some in, but then that's also the reason. That's why I decided to pave it through, because that gives me a nice road out here, nice road down there. That one has not been completely built, but it's getting there. That's actually interesting. Why? Maybe. Oh, I do not. Do I have power on that network? Yeah. Do I have power on that network? Yes. So it's kind of strange why I don't have. I need to put down some radars for that area. Anyway, that's something for later. Now let's actually, that was just an update, because a lot of this will be an update. And what I want to work on is actually, I made room over here for building my first part of the train. Let's actually go over there and have a look. I need more legs. Let's see, is this the correct configuration? That one is definitely not needed. Could I squeeze in one more set of legs? Then I could ditch the night vision. Not sure we would agree to that being a good idea. Now, I need to design how I want my network to operate. This will be, I'm just calling it. And all right, let me just start by explaining it. The essence of it is that I'll have a lot of train stations where the trains are waiting. So there'll be, actually, I think I built a sample of it over here. It's just for illustration purposes. Each train will run in a loop of 3. So this is a great example. Let's see what the value actually is. 1.7. Yeah. So this is an example of it. This is in copper hold. That should call it parking. And the copper parking is sitting here idling, waiting for a train to come, for a signal. That's the trigger. Trigger is a green signal. It will get the green signal from here when some value is greater than 8,000, because this one can carry 8,000 ore, and it's going to be 16,000 when I have the bigger trains. My trains will be 3.8 trains. They are very big. I really like that. Since I'm going for this setup, I want big trains, and I want them unloaded really fast. So basically, this one will monitor the network. You can see the red wire running up here. This red wire will run all the way up to where my copper outposts are. Where are my copper outposts? To this location. I don't know what. Oh yeah, I know what that is. Okay, so this one will monitor what is in the storage, and that'll say that's 1.7k, and that'll be converted into message 3. The reason why I want it to be message 3, I'll just illustrate here. I have only a limited number, and I figure that if I want the primary one to be in copper, so I can do 1 to copper and iron. So I can do 0 to 8, that's iron. A to I, that's copper. Because that will mean I have 9 trains for each. 9 trains, they're going to be split by 3 trains for each. 3 trains for each patch. So I'm gonna, when I get to the big patches, I'm going to say, yeah, I want three trains running, and they are each gonna service 1, and then I'm gonna have to build some kind of logic to make them alternate. I'll do that when I need it, but at this point I basically want to say this is 1 train is going to be dispatched when there is enough. There's no point in sending have these trains standing up here idling, waiting for anything to come in, and nothing will come in. That's the problem, which is another signal. Where do we get it from? We get it from here. So didn't I do that? No, I did that for the iron. That's the iron signal. You can see here. Why didn't I do it for the iron signal? I was considering doing it for the iron signal. Let me just see where I did. I thought I did it somewhere. Oh yeah, this iron. Yeah. Here we have the red ones. So you can see this is converted into signal O, which is continually increasing. I've not set anything up, but there's also another signal which comes from here. That signal is how much is left in all of the patches. That's 1.2 million. So 1.2 million is left in these iron patches. I feel I want to get that back, but I don't. Maybe I don't want to anyway. I don't think I have enough signals to carry it, because I'm gonna take 9 signals for iron, 9 signals for copper, And then, because I'm gonna build some kind of memory of just alternating which one goes out. Otherwise it'll send 3 out immediately. I don't want that. Let's see. So, and then I'm gonna have maybe 3 chains for coal, 3 chains for stone, and 3 chains for uranium. 3 chains for uranium, that's gonna be pretty crazy. And also it might be coal takes a bit more. And then I'm gonna have some oil and some 3 trains for oil, maybe a bit more. 9 trains for oil. Can I build that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I can build 9 trains for oil. And then I have the colored ones as residuals for whatever I need. That's going to be carried in the main network here. I think that's a good idea. I might be overusing the signals too much, but I'll figure that out. And hold on, no, that's not how it goes. I need 3 signals for the 3 patches, the 3 stations I have. I don't need more for the 1 for each train. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's why I'm deciding to build it now. Let's build it at this point. At least sort of get an idea of how I want it. So I need my trains, or I don't need my trains, but I want my trains to be pretty close. You can see here, this is a 3-8 train. It's looking good. I will also need to put in roboports in this area, because this will not be a loading station. Oops. But it will need to service these with copper. No, I'm not going to fuel this train by copper. And I'm also going to change the color of this train. See if I can figure that out. Yeah, bluish. Isn't that kind of bluish? It's interesting, I don't have any iron. I feel the iron is kind of bluish here. It's not bluish, it's way too bluish. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll find a good color for that. Anyway, I'll be building it like this. Let me just see if that can even be done, because I'm also going to find out a way to merge them back into the network. I'm kind of thinking that each of these will have like 2 lanes in, and that will go into sort of a big, that'll be fed into the main network. The main network will be 4 lanes in either direction, and it'll be probably put down here maybe? Oh, undestroyed. Is that a problem? As long as it's not the last one being destroyed, it doesn't really matter. One we're also going to take out, that has no value. I'm not sure it's a good idea to have them this close to the walking path. I could also sort of move the whole thing just a tiny bit down. I think that might be nicer. And I want to make sure that they go in here in an efficient manner. Let's also wire this one up, or that's as close as it can get. There. That's fully signaled, and then it goes in here. Now the question for me is, how close can I make these? How close can I? Because that one is obviously close, but could I also make it like this, or will it just block? I mean, this one obviously does not seem like a great idea. Only way that could work is if, okay, let's just work on another idea. What if every other put on the top belt and every other put on the bottom belt? Wouldn't that be an idea? And then that means this one only put here. No, that wouldn't change it, because the next one, wherever that's gonna be, well, I know what the correct one is. I think the correct thing is to all of them are wearing, oops, All of them are only going into the inner one, but it will be possible to get out on the outer one. That's still too close then. Let's look at signaling, and I'm just gonna take. Shouldn't I have one in between? I should have, but I'm not sure I can afford it. Let's go as close as we can. And then let's take this one. I'm not putting one at the end because there's going to be another one anyway. This will be as close as we can make it. That's not bad. That is not bad. That's though not signaled correctly then. I'm not signaling. Oh, let's see. There is a cool thing here. Real segment. No, real blocks. Yes. It's quite absurd that this is so good. This is such a good function. And then they haven't made it available. So you can see here, this illustrates what a block looks like. See, there's a white block. There's a black block here. And the white one here. This green one is not signaled. Well, actually, if it's only like that, it is signaled properly. The problem was if this sort of leaked into something else. That kind of, to me, says this is as close as we can build it reasonably. Because otherwise they start overlapping. What if we build it? This would be the closest. That's just going to look ugly, isn't it? Then again, maybe it doesn't need to have these every time. Considering I'll build in threes, right? And they will not, if I do this right, I'll never have 3 of these trains running out at the same time. Yeah, that's another logic. That means I can build this and I'll just build it. There. We'll have these 3 and there. Now the whole thing is crap because it's just one signal. Let us clean up that signaling here. There. That's that signal. Now, that's going to be for one of the train stops. Or one train stop. And then I'm going to have another one. Which could very well be. It's just slanted one over. It's also a matter of how much space I want to use for this. I think it's actually nicer to have a bit more space in between. I mean, yes, I want things congested, but I always tend to build things too cramped. Let's forget this idea and instead build it like this. This will be will be as close as they build. There. One, two, 3 in between, which is exactly how I build the rest of the network. So that's probably also a good idea to do that. See, there's also 3 tracks in between. 1, 2, 3. So why not also have it here? That seems to make sense to me. So that means this is for one stop. And then at the end, I'll link it up here. And then I signal it properly. I can actually signal it in between. I'm not sure that's a good idea. There. Now I think that's properly signaled. I mean, I need some exit signals, but that's kind of irrelevant at this point. Let's see. That is close. That's the correct space. Why can I not? Oh, those damn signals. That one. That one. Ah, why is that not correct? That one needs to go. Yeah. They are getting a lot more aggressive, the biters. And the reason why they're getting more aggressive is because I've turned up the pollution quite a lot. This is going to be for copper 1, this is going to be copper 2, and then I'm going to have another one for copper 3. Now we're going to run into another problem, and that's an interaction with that one. Can I push it 2 over? 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and then I'll mean this one will be offline. That's kind of okay, isn't it? I'm not sure I like the fact that this is one segment. Should probably have it split into multiple segments. That one is incorrect. Why is that one there? Do I have 2 spots? Yes, I do. Then let's take the closest one. Always. Yes. Not you. I think that'll be it there. So this is a pretty good setup, except for the fact that it interacts negatively with it, with these power poles. And I really wanted this power pole setup to be just consistent. Is there an option of just taking... Now I'm kind of back to having them really close together, like this. Just having them really tight, so I can see these 3 are together, then the next 3 are together. Because this is not actually taking out space. This is all the iron storage for trains I need. Or it's copper, for example. And then I need double up for iron and double up for the other things. That'll give me 27 trains in total. Yeah, a bit more. Let's see. So in this case, I would actually say I have 3 copper. I need copper 1, 2, 3, 1 to 9. Then I'm gonna take... Still a problem over here. These ones, yep. Where's that coming from? Why is that one big signal? It should be one big signal, that one. So basically this one doesn't split. Will it split here? Oh yeah, it does. That's interesting. This works. This works. This works. That doesn't. That works. Why doesn't this one work then? That's strange. I take them out and put them back in. That's one signal as well. Yeah, that's fine. Need to make sure these blocks are correct. They need to change all the time. And that will be for, what is this for? This is for iron or no, this is for, let's say, uranium, for example. And I'm gonna take another one. Like this. That's for stone, for example. And then on the other side, see this? Okay, there's a problem here because they are... Yes. Yes. Now that doesn't work. They have to be put into sequence. I have never seen that before. Also, why is that one signal? It doesn't make any sense why that's one signal. I have never seen that issue before. I have always considered that the blocks would be working as they need to be. Okay, so that's how the hell do I spell this out in a good way? Because I kind of need to mark it as, and I guess I'll mark it with steel chests. And I should be putting in what I need in each one. Yep. Ore. That actually means I need copper ore, a lot of copper ore, and there's a good place to find that, and that's in my copper deposit. Oh, and then I have to disable the auto trash, of course. I'm also gonna get a bit of this. Disable that auto trash there. Come on. I need you, I need you, I need you. I also have a lot of these belts that are kind of idling. And what was it? Uranium, for example? Yeah, I'm gonna have a tough time finding some uranium because that's in short supply. I don't think I have any. Do I actually have any? Logistics network. No, because I am requesting it to that location. Oh, poor robot over there. Come on, get up. Run faster. Yay. So this one will be copper 1. Ah, that's because it's probably the one that's running away. That's 4. 5. You know what? Why am I actually doing it like this? Silly me. Should be doing it with that, and that means I need copper. Just want to set it up. Is this one in the network? Is it? Yeah, it is in network. Cool. So it should be. It's just kind of strange why I put that in the network. Why is it always like this? That's why I hate this way of doing robot networks. Because there's always going to be like that little thing here that isn't hooked up correctly. I did not get that one up. No. I think it's more important if I take this one, because that's just going to illustrate. So this one will be copper 1, and the signal for it, oh, I have to put it here. Signal for it is going to be 0. Right? One will be copper 2, and it'll be signal 0. Three. Works. Copper 4. And the signal will be changed. It'll be signal 1. Much nicer to do this. However, there's another problem with it, and that is the fact that these are just my copper ore trains, which actually mean I should be changing them to copper ore. And what am I going to do with it then? That'll go into the copper smelting, and then from the smelting I'll have other trains going to some other locations. I don't really know how that's going to work, but let's figure that out at a later stage. Going to be copper 6. So you can see it doesn't progress as fast as you might like, but I want to bring you in on sort of the thought process of how I want to build this. Because it's not, the thought process is more important than just, at least in my opinion, on than how, okay, this is how I build it. Because if you just see how it's built, I don't think it really makes a lot of sense. You see something like, oh yeah, that's cool. But yeah, but why is it built like that? What are the thoughts that come into this as being, why did you do that? This is then going to be, and then I'm going to use the right icon here, stone 1. And I'll use item 3. Actually, I won't. Because 3, 4, 5 will be iron, stone. Stone. Great. Copy, paste, paste. Actually means it only needs one signal. Stone 2 and stone 3. And then 6 replaced by 7. That one will be replaced by, let's call it, let's say that's uranium, for example. Expecting to have 3 uranium, 8 uranium trains. Yeah, it's kind of naive. But anyway, that's I want to make it consistent. So now I can see what I want to have in each one. And now it's just a matter of building it. And that I'll do for next time so that we can proceed with actually some other challenge. I think the next challenge is actually inside my main base because we saw the plastic was kind of dwindling, and I think that needs fixing quite a lot before we do anything else. Well, I'm gonna leave it here with this rainbow coloring here, and I hope it made sense. It's not much that we actually progressed, but it's really important that I do the thoughts on this correctly up front and before we just dive into building something. All right, so I'm gonna try to expand this train station for next time, and then we're gonna have a look at it and progress with something else. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.